It's 12:30 a.m. and it's just starting to rain. And it looks like the storm weakened by the time I got to me, but there's still rain involved. Yeah, and there's some wind. There's some wind too now. Yeah, it just started to rain. Yeah, but the rain doesn't look severe, so it'll just be rain, which is okay with me. Oh, there's Bully. There's Bully. You probably can't see him, but he's right there. Actually, he's right there. He's right behind it. He's right behind that post. The white bull there. He's right behind that post. Yeah. Yeah, I can barely see him. I can see him good with my eyes, but not with this camera. So he's just standing there. Okay, I'm gonna go back inside the house. I'm getting wet now. The wind's picking up. Alright, I'll be back in the morning after when there's daylight. Well, it rained last night, just after midnight, around 12:30 p.m. I stayed up to watch it. I just wanted to see. Today I'm going to check my bucket rain gauge, and see how much I actually got. Yeah, it's supposed to be clearer today, less chance for rain today. At least the sun came out for a little bit. Still cloudy, but oh, it's nice. It's nice and cool today. Okay. Yeah, that sunshine won't last long. There's a kettle. Lounging around. They must have plenty to eat. They're just laying around. Okay. Let's check my rain bucket. According to the rain bucket, I only got a 1/4 inch. I thought I was going to get more than that. But that's what the bucket shows. It's just a nice day today. For a change. I haven't decided what to do yet, if anything. Ground's still pretty wet to do anything. But I've got a couple ideas. Alright, do it. I'll work on them later. The wind feels good. Alright, catch you later. Sun went back to hide behind the clouds. So I don't know how much I'll see of that today, but we'll see. I finally decided to go ahead and work on those moving those 2 railroad ties in a little farther, because I lost some saw there on the inside of both of them. So instead of moving dirt to repair it, I'm just going to move the railroad ties in. I think that should help. Yeah. Oh, there's some clouds building up over there to the southeast. But I don't think that's going to amount to anything. Okay, let's get going. I'll take the ATV down there. I think I'm going to go through this gate. And then drive along the top of the ridge. And then go down. Instead of going through the gate by the road. Yeah. Look at those clouds drifting along. And there's some over here too, but doesn't look like, I don't think it's going to rain though. Yeah, I'll just drive through here. I'll close the gate behind me in case the cattle come up there. Yeah, the western sky is cloudy too. Well, I loaded up the shovel and a sledgehammer in case I need it. And I got a handsaw to cut those tree roots out. Down by the culvert. I came through that gate, closed it, and I'm going to drive around the top of this hill. So drive around and then go down the hill over there. Yeah, that'll work. And there's the cattle. There's one way over there. Okay, I'll be working down there today, for a while anyway. I'm just going to drive around the corner and then go down the hill over to there. Yeah, at least I feel safer up here than trying to go down a steep hill. And I went through this other gate because I just didn't want to go to the trouble opening up that gate. Well, since I'm up here with the ATV, I'm going to try something. I got this dead tree limb that broke off of somewhere up there a long time ago. I'm going to try to drag it. I got a couple old ropes. Yeah, pretty old. It'll probably break, but I'm going to try to pull this down and around and pull it next to that thing over there. Because I don't feel like dragging it by hand. Let's see what I can do. That's if the rope holds. Not sure if that rope's going to hold, but I'm going to give it a try. Got my answer. I'm going to try something else. There's a nice view of the cattle in the bottom. Got an old cable that I had for a long time. Yeah. In fact, that cable, when I first started raising model calves from the neighbor's dairy farm, we didn't have many fences. Actually, I don't think yeah. And I wanted to let it out to eat some grass. I tied the cable to the calf, tied it to a tree, and it can wander around. Has a chain around the calf's neck. Yeah, it worked pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. And I still got it, and now I can use it as a tow. I was managed to move it, although I bent my bucket a little bit. There's some more clouds. Yeah, it's cloudy today, but actually that's a benefit to me, because at least now I don't have the sun bearing down on me like it did yesterday. And the breeze is nice too. Nice south breeze. But it's a cool one, so it's nice. We'll try to swing this around. I'd pull it up on the higher ground here. I'm gonna lay it right along there, and I'll bird it someday. As I said, I bent my bucket. I wasn't kidding. I guess the cable came off the edge there, it slid up. and bent my bucket, but it didn't break it, so that's good. Anyway, I got the job done. The thing's been laying there for a long time, and I finally moved it from there over to here. Yeah, I'll do a better job. I'll throw it on the pile some other time. Right now I want to get to work on that railroad ties down there. It was hard to coil that cable up. It's all got a lot of kinks in it. So I decided to just wrap it around the bucket, and that worked pretty good. Okay, now I'm ready to go down there and start working on that. This job's taking a lot longer than I thought. Just to get down here and get started on it. Yeah. Anyway, that's good going. Well, that's what I got to work with. I lost some soil on this side, and I lost some more soil on this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dig this out, and then I'm going to move that we call it railroad tie in. Same thing, dig this one out and move that railroad tie in, so it'll be more squeezed together. But it'll still work as a crossing because there's two culverts under there. Also got to do some work there on the end. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, but I'm going to get something done. Oh boy, I lost more soil there than I thought. Anyway, I'm still going to move it in. That one is not as bad. Well, the water, what was happening, the water was hitting that. Couldn't get through the two culverts fast enough, so it came around this side. Overflowed over here, up the hill. That's weird. It overflowed up the hill, and then went in over there. That's why I lost some dirt there. But it didn't go over that way. Now it went out over there, and then went down. And then some of it came in over here, came back in, and the rest of it went out that way. So it still worked pretty good. I just have to figure out a way to keep the water in those two pipes. Okay, let's get started on that. You can see where the cattle have been going across. Got all pretty soft in there. Well, the first thing we'll do is I'm going to go down in there and cut some of these roots out. And I can see right now that the water going under the culvert. Yeah, I think. Let me clean it up a little bit. Oh, starting to clear up a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, and there's the sun up there. Yeah, it's starting to shine through once in a while. But the wind feels good. Oh, it feels good. Yeah, not what I planned. Plenty of water going through. Problem is, it's you should have buried them deeper. You should have. Actually, I wanted them pipes all the way up to here, with that cut down. But it didn't happen, so. I wanted them butted up against there, but I guess I didn't explain that to them good. And I didn't want to bother them when it started. But I got to figure out some way to block the water from going underneath, forcing it to up to the top. I think concrete's the best, about the only solution for that. And I'll get to that one of these days. But today I'm just moving that log that way and moving that log this way. Yeah. That water going right underneath. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe I can get a log. I can get a log up there or something. I gotta check that out. Came back up to the house to get a few items that I'm trying to fix the water. I'm going underneath those two pipes if I can. At least I'm going to do something. It's about 1 p.m. now. I took a break. And I charged up my phone. Okay, let's get back to work on that culvert. Let's see what I can do about that water flowing underneath. Let's see what I can do about that water going under the pipes. Well, I put those 2 blocks there and there. Had to offset them a little bit. I've got this one in front of that one where they connect, where they overlap there. But the water is still going over the brick and down between the crack between the brick and the thing. So it's still going underneath. But I think my best bet is to, not today, but later on, after I get those logs reset and everything, my best thing here is to take those out, build some forms there with some plywood or something, and pour some cement down in there, and on the sides, in the middle, and on that side, pour some cement there, at least on the bottom half. Yeah. So when the water does, yeah, maybe even all the way around. Yeah. But mostly in the bottom, and then I can shape the concrete to where I want it. That'd be the best thing. But first, I got to move that railroad tie back further. At least I got something. Yeah, it's still going over the brick. It's going over the brick, but then it's slipping down between the brick and the pipe and the plastic. Same thing over here. Well, but like I said, once I put the concrete in there and I shape the concrete around the pipe, that'll work good. I'll have to wait till this is drier though. There's too much water flowing through here right now to do that. Put cement. But I got other work to do here. I got to dig this down a little bit here and there, and then all the way along, and then push that log over enough to, yeah, at least up to there. And another width of that log. Well, that'll be better. Move that, slide that in. Yeah. That should be better. I think I need a little bit more. I think I'll dig that a little bit more out there before I slide it over. Well, I got this and moved over. Now I got to go work on that end. The hard part's digging the dirt out to make it somewhat level. The easy part is moving the log with the shovel anyway. Well, that's pretty good. I got to tap that along there, along the edge of the log. Okay, that's good enough on this one. I'm still going to have water coming around this edge here, so I think what I can do there. But I also want to do something there in the middle. Yeah, if I can. Well, water's still going over the brick and down between the plastic and the brick. But at least when the high water comes, hopefully it'll go over. It'll be forced through the pipe more, and hopefully there's enough dirt there on the side. Maybe that'll collect with silt over time. Maybe. Yeah. But like I said, the best thing to do there is surround it with concrete down below. After I pull those blocks out and the creek is drier. Yeah, I can't have any water flowing here. I'll work on that this summer maybe, but right now there's nothing going through the pipe that I can see. It's all going, still going underneath. But at least I did something out here. Well, there is a little water coming out of that smaller pipe over there. They're not even at the same height. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but there's nothing coming out of this pipe. It's coming out from between. So I'll have to live with that for a while until I can figure out a way to fix it. But the only way to fix it is on the other end, on that end. But I'm getting something done here. More sun than before. Less clouds. The question here is how far to move that. I think I want to put it right here. I want to dig that down and throw it out. I want the most of the log on some kind of ground. So I'm going to dig that out and throw that, use that dirt maybe over there. Shovel fell over. Yeah, I want to get the log in this area right there. If I can. I want to dig that down. Dig that down too. I did it on the other side. I can do it on this side too. Sun came out now. Whew. And I can feel it. Oh, look at the shade of the tree. And the sun out there. Oh, they're relaxing. At least the wind's keeping me cool. I'm sweating a little bit. Okay, let's get back to work. I'll be out in the sun more than I have to. Okay, the hard part is cutting through this sod, because I can't move it all at once. I want to put the log right about here. I'll try to fill in some of it right about here. That's a lot of, but I'm going to throw it back over that way. This side I think is high enough. I'd like to have some more dirt there. I'll see about that some other time. Okay, let's start digging. Oh, sod is hard to cut through. I think I got enough cut out. I think I'll move that in first. It's got a more solid footing. I might bring it this way a little bit. Let's see. I'm not sure, but I think this side is going to be higher than that side. I don't have a level, but with this ground softer here, that ground's more solid over there. So I think I could press that down over time. Might even run my ATV over it to give it some more extra weight. Not as good as I wanted it, but I didn't feel like digging any more dirt. Anyway, that'll do. I need to bring it more this way. Yeah, because if the water ever pushes that, or that erodes right there, yeah, that's going to fall in. The water pushes it. I pushed it about an inch, but I realized I don't have much room to spare here either. Yeah, but most of the water is going to be going around that way. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to plug that. Yeah, force the water to go out around it. Bag of cement would work good there. Just throw a bag of cement there, bag of cement, and be done with it. Yeah, I'll get around to that one of these days. Yeah. Wouldn't hurt to put a bag of cement on each end, there and there. Yeah, there too, just as an anchor, something for the water to hit before it hits the log. Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah, instead of having culverts there and dirt, I could have had those two railroad ties in line with those tires right there, and then have a 2x, something wide, 2x12s or treated, something. I think 2x12s is all they make, and cut them about a foot wider than the railroad ties, and then So when I drive over it, most of the weight is actually on the railroad ties. And this could all be empty underneath. I think that would work a lot better. But I didn't do that. I didn't think that far ahead. But if this ever gets washed out, that's what I'm going to do. I'll have this dug out and use them culverts someplace else in a smaller stream. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, all I gotta do now is level that dirt out, push some of that dirt up against that log, and yeah, I'll probably still get some, I got a sack of cement there at the house. I think I'll bring it down here. I was gonna use it somewhere else, but I'll just set it there and let the rain harden it up. Yeah, this side I think is okay. So that's the side that will start gouging since there's no grass there. Okay, well I guess, oh, I gotta level the ground. All right, then I'll be done. Yeah, that'll do. At least till the next flood. Yeah, that'll do. I'm gonna go up to the house and get that last bag of cement. Put it, I think I'll put it right there, long ways. If I put it there, it might get washed in, so I'm gonna put it from there to here. Yeah, I'm not even going to open it up. I'm just going to, it's like a sandbag, except it's cement. I'll take them blocks out first. I'll push it right up against there. That ought to help. I might even dig it in a little bit. So wedge it in there. Yeah, better than it was. I still got to figure out how to do that. I'll have to put cement around there too, around those, into the culvert. Get the water to go in the culverts and not underneath or between. But my other plan that I just thought of while I was working on this would have been a lot better solution and probably cheaper too. I still need to clean the ditch out. That still needed to be done, so I don't regret that. But now I'm starting to think I could have just used these two railroad ties, the same width as those wheels there on the ATV, put them across, and then get some cut 2x, however wide that is, add a foot on each side, but make sure those railroad ties are underneath the tires as I cross, and just put those boards across this way, 2x12s or something, treated, and that would make for a nice bridge and plenty of room for the water to go underneath. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Why was I thinking this was better? I don't know. Live and learn, I guess. Live and learn. Anyway, I better go get that cement bag. I'm still glad I did it this way though first, because this is what we're supposed to do. If I had to, I could even drive the tractor across that if I wanted to, but I don't need to. There's nothing in there I can use the tractor on anyway. It's too steep. Yeah, but it's I don't know why I didn't think of it, just putting the railroad ties across with some boards across it. Yeah, that would have worked. That would have worked. And less flooding to go with it. One bag of Quikrete coming up. I also got a couple metal stobs, little pipes. I got short. I don't use them for nothing, so I think I'll use them here or down there. The last railroad tie that I worked on, I'm going to anchor that, so if the water does come over it, it won't push it downstream. It'll have some kind of anchor. Okay, sky's clearing up. Yeah, the sun's out and it's hot. Look at this bee. You don't like to be watched, huh? Where'd you go? They're always buzzing around. I don't hear them too much today though. They're here though. Probably boring holes in my wood, because I haven't sprayed them yet. I did spray them once up here at the house on both carports. I haven't sprayed the barn yet, so I'm sure they're busy out there. Them carpenter bees. Okay, I got the bag of cement. Let me put it down right there. Yeah, that could work. That'd help some, but there's still, the water will still, the overflow water will still go out here and start cutting the ditch there. So I think I want to rotate that to make it go this way. Cut that off, force the water to go across the grass there. Let's see how that's going to work. That should help a little bit. I guess what would really help is get another sack of cement down there and up here. Yeah, I don't think I need any there. I don't think that was even touched by the water when it flooded. It all came over here. See, I can see where the water pushed the leaves right in through here. Okay, well, that's what I got now. Well, since I'm here, I'm going to drive the ATV on top of those railroad ties, press them down a little bit more. I'll put some dirt on the edge there because it was left over. Yeah, with a couple more bags of cement there wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt. I'm going to need some cement for the other side anyway. I don't need to do more here. There's a little water flowing out of that small pipe, so that's helping. But most all the other water is coming down underneath or in between, and I can see where the water is going over top, mostly over the top of this one. That one's going to the top, and some of it's going in the pipe, so that one's working okay. Although I see a hole down there though, on the corner. But this one here, it's going over the brick, concrete block, but it's going down in between the brick and the plastic. I couldn't get it tight enough. Yeah. Anyway, better than nothing. Better than it was before. I was turning around to go drive across those boards, those railroad ties with a tire. But turned around here in the shade. It felt so good. I think I'll sit here for a while. Yeah, I'm in the shade of this tree. Yeah. Looking out there, look at that cow. She's so comfortable underneath that shade tree. But see, he's not bothered since he's got the Italian white blood in him. Italian whites, they can tolerate the heat better. That's why I started crossing them with my Highlanders, because Highlanders don't like the heat. Yeah. Yeah, but the crossbreds, they do okay in the heat. But they still like to soak in the water though. Yeah. Yeah. I'll just sit here for a few more minutes and cool off in the shade. Ah, look at that nice cloud. Ah, yeah. Sky cleared out good today, and now it's sunny and hot, but the wind's nice. Huh? Wind changed direction. It was from the south this morning. Now it's from the west, northwest. Ah, it feels so good, especially since I'm sweating. Okay, I need to get back to work and be done with this job. I don't know why I'm even doing this. I hope I don't make a mistake and drop off the edge. That'd be bad. That'd be a bad situation. I'll give it a try. It's only half the ATV, but still, it's better than nothing. Yeah, that would have worked pretty nice if I would have used the other method. Yeah, instead of this culvert method. I guess I was just trying to be normal. Yeah, if I would have had another, if I would have had the same setup here, I could put a railroad tie down without any dirt. I still would dig them in to make it level. Yeah, still dig them into the bank. But I wouldn't have had to make the ditch that big. And I could have, then I would have that tie over there underneath that one with 2x4s, or 2x4s, you know, like 2x12s treated across the tail to the top, screwed to the top of those railroad ties with about a foot sticking out on each side, but the wheels of the ATV would be right over those big logs. And then there would be no problem with water going in the culvert. It would just pass underneath the bridge. Yeah, well, that's my next option if this don't work from now on. That's what I'm going to aim for next time. Okay. Wish I would have thought of that before I did all this. Twice. I put the culvert in over there too. Yeah. I wouldn't even need that culvert. I could have just put those logs across there and been done with it. Of course, there's a big hump there, so I wouldn't worry. This is still a better place for the crossing. Okay, well, I guess I'm done. I'll drive across the other one, then I'll go back to the house. One more, and I'll be done. Yeah, water's still flowing. Didn't rain much today. It rained last night, but it seems like this, even in wintertime, this little stream don't dry up. Even when it was 0 degrees. Of course, this wasn't as deep then, but it still worked the same here. With it deep like this, even in 0 degree weather, there was always a water flowing here, which means there was water that wasn't frozen. Even when the pond was frozen solid, there's always some water here for the cattle to drink. So I'm glad about that. So I'm glad there's water here in wintertime, so I can't complain about the water during the summer floods. Oh, it's already 3 p.m. and I almost forgot something. I'm going to put them stobs on the outside there and there, just in case the water does go over this. This one ain't going to worry about because it's going to be pushing against the dirt. But that one there, there's nothing holding it except the weight of the log. So I'm going to put some stobs there and a stob there, just to hold it in place if the water's pushing against it. I got a blue pipe on this side. I got a black pipe on that corner, or side of that end. That should hold, if any water's pushing against it this way, that should hold it in place. Okay, I'm done out here. Well, I drove over it a few times to pack everything down. Yeah, it'll take a while for all that to settle because this ground's pretty wet still. Okay, this project's done. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do today. Yeah, one job a day is enough for me. Yeah, I didn't use that gate today. I thought it would be easier to drive up this hill and to drive along the top of the ridge out to that gate up there. Yeah, by the garden. That worked pretty good. Yeah, that job's done. I think I did a pretty good job on it. The dirt's a little low on that log, but I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, it's not completely done. I gotta buy some cement bags, and I need some more cement. I need some cement out for the big bridge too, out in the big pasture. Yeah, across on the other side of the creek, or other side of the bridge, other side of the creek bridge. Yeah, whatever. And I need to put some concrete around those 2 culverts there to finish that job, but not today. Yeah, probably going to be a few rains before I get around working on that again. It's going to be a couple weeks before I can afford to buy cement again. At least a couple weeks or a couple months. Not a couple months. At least 2 weeks, if not more. At least this is pretty much better. It's better than it was before. Much better than it was when I started that. Okay. The cow's nice and relaxed under that tree. The other ones are over there, I think. I think that's where they are. No, maybe they're over there. I don't remember. Yeah, there's one way over there. Way over there. Yeah, I think there's one. If one's there, the other one's there. Yeah, because that's, yeah, that one, and there's one there. I'm sure the other one's in there too someplace. I just can't see her. Yeah. Anyway, I'm back at the house to cool off. The house is cooler than it is outside. I know that. Even without the air conditioner. And I got the fans running, and downstairs is always cooler. Yeah, that one's coming out now. Yeah, the other one's down there, right in front, right beyond the white bull. She's down and she's in the hole. She's in the hole of that old creek thing. Yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, it's the problem with my house in summertime is that it's cool, but it's humid. So I gotta have the air conditioner to take the humidity out. Yeah. I remember as a kid, we didn't have air conditioner when I was a kid, but in the summertime we always went down to the basement to cool off. Basement was always cooler, even without air conditioner. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I built my house the way I did, because I wanted it half up, apart, most of the house half underground and half above. That's not even half above, it's only like the attic and one room above. Anyway, I'm done here. Got to go around this corner and go out. Park it. I even left the gate open because I was trying to keep an eye on the cattle while I was working down there. Make sure they didn't come up here. The white bull and the cow's over there, and the other one's over there, and the other one's over there. Okay. Let's go in. It's 6:45 p.m. and there are a few isolated rain systems are popping up according to radar. They're scattered. I guess they call it scattered storms. I guess you could call them the scattered showers. There's one big one there. I don't know if there's any rain in it, but it looks nice. Going up there, nice big fluffy cloud. Well, it was sunny for a little while today while I was working on that culvert. Yeah, big old clouds floating around now, but there's still some blue sky. There's still some blue sky up there, but not much. Looks like it's raining over that way. Yeah, it looks like rain through there. That might be headed toward me, I'm not sure. I saw it on radar. It was just a small small cell. Rain cell. Yeah, that looks kind of impressive too. This big cloud. Yeah, look at that thing. I don't know if there's any lightning on these, but it looks like there's some rain coming. Just a little bit. Isolated shower, they call it. To the southwest, it's coming this way. But there's blue skies above me. To the northwest, it's clear. They're clear. Sun's shining over that way. It's an interesting view. That big old cloud to the east. Look at that. Top of the cloud's getting lit by the sun. The very tip of that cloud. There, all the other rest of the cloud is in the shadow of another cloud, but right there, it's glowing from the sunlight. Nice picture. The mama cat came out of her doghouse with the kittens. Well, not the kittens, but she came out to get away from the kittens, I guess. I haven't checked them the last couple of days. But she still, every time I go out the door, she comes out of the doghouse. So I'm gonna go take a look at them, see how big they are. Yeah, their eyes aren't open yet, so I won't play with them too much. I'm afraid if I play with them too much, she'll move them. I still haven't found the old mama cat. I think she went to have kittens somewhere, but I haven't seen. She didn't come up to eat. Since this other cat had kittens, I haven't seen her since then, and that's been about 3 or 4 days already. I can hear the rain coming. There's no wind, hardly any wind. Well, there's a little wind, but way out there. I think I can hear the wind, hear the rain. Yeah, I just felt a few drops. Rain's coming. Yeah, glad I went out when I did. But now the rain's coming. I see the wind blowing up there, but that's not the wind making that noise. That's the rain. I don't know if you can hear it on the. Yeah, you can see the pond now. It just started to rain. It just started to rain. I better go in the house. Oh, bugs. Here it comes. I'm getting wet. Yeah, I'm getting wet. Yeah, getting stronger. I knew it was coming. I heard it. Okay, I'm getting wet now. Gotta go. There it comes! There it comes! Boy, that snuck up on me. That's just a small rain. Yeah. But felt good. Didn't come with any wind though, so that's good. Cattle don't even stop. They're eating out there and they don't even stop. The rain don't stop them. Yeah, I'm gonna go check the radar, see what I'm getting out of this. Before I came out, I saw a small cell to the southwest. Yeah, that's probably what I'm seeing, what I'm getting now. It was so small though. Okay, I'm gonna go in the house. The wind's starting to pick up now, and I'm getting wet. This was the weather radar at 6:35 before I went outside. And I just left it on. And currently, I guess this is frozen from when I had it on before, because right now I lost my internet. So I won't be able to get a new update yet until the rain passes. But that's the cell I think came up to me. That's what I think. All the rain's been going up this direction, from the southwest to the northeast. And I can still hear it raining outside, and my internet is still not working yet. Yeah, whenever I get a rain in this area, southwest of me, that's where my dish is aiming at. Too much cloud cover, too much rain, it always loses internet from my dish, satellite dish. Okay, I'm gonna wait. When it's over, I'll get internet back. I'll update this radar. Well, you don't see this every day. Liquid sunshine. The sun came out, but it's still raining. Yeah, this happens once in a while, but not very often. It's right around 7 p.m. right now. Yeah, sun goes down about 7:45. Yeah. Still raining. This is cool. Hi, Bud. Bud's with me. Hi, Bud. Yeah, he's enjoying the rain. No? Look at that. Yeah, rain's over me. There's they call it an isolated shower. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all the water going down the road, going down my driveway. Yeah. That's a lot of rain. Well, I dumped my rain bucket this morning, so I'll be able to tell how much I get rain out of this little shower. Yeah. Yeah. Look at the rain. Look at the water. That's cool. Uh-oh, I think it's over. No, not quite. Still raining. Yeah. I'm glad I came up here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I came up here. I didn't know the sun was shining. Oh boy. Yeah, I like these kind of days where it rains and then the sun shines. Hey, Bud? Yeah. Yeah, Bud, where's your mama? I don't know where she had her. If she's had her kitten somewhere, I don't know where. Okay, rain's over. I guess I'll just end it here. That was it. That was an interesting, how you call it? End of the day. Yeah. Liquid sunshine. Alright, that's all. Whoa! Swallow just flew out. Swallow just flew out up, and they went up there, up there. Yeah. Okay. Rain's over. I want to check out something first, real quick. I saw a rainbow. That's something. I'm still getting rained on, but I saw the rainbow. Nice. Still drizzling a little bit. There's another rainbow on this side. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. One on each side of the cedar trees. Or should I say half a rainbow. Yeah, that's nice. I can't see the whole thing. But at least I can see it this. Okay. That's it for today. Catch you on the next one. Bye. Rainbow's already gone. It didn't last long. Down to this bridge after the rain. Bridge, this culvert crossing. But the water flow didn't increase. The ground is saturated with water though. Yeah, there's water everywhere. I was walking down here. Maybe it takes a while for it to get accumulated into the stream here. Anyway, the water flow here is not any faster. Yeah. Bud came with me. Hi, Bud. Look at him. Look how he crosses that. Yeah. Yeah, good for you, boy. Yeah, go hunt something. Yeah. I'm running low on battery already. There's only, oh, there's three. 1, 2, 3 Highlanders and the bull. And then that up there. Mosquitoes are out. Ground is saturated with water. but it hasn't gotten to the creek yet, or the stream. It hasn't flowed into it yet. Gotta watch where I walk. Yeah. Shadow's long. Yeah, that's the cloud that went over me. That big cloud there went over me. Right, bud? Oh, the rain's over. For now, anyway. Cattle are just eating weeds and grass. Mostly weeds there. At least I don't have to mow them this year. Anyway, that's it for today. Okay. At least I got to see the sun. Close to sunset. Alright. Catch you later. Or catch you on the next one. Oh, bully. Alright. Hello, bully. That's it. I'm done. It took a while for this was almost dry when I came out here just a few minutes ago. But now the water's starting to trickle in through here, starting to increase, and I'm out of battery. The flow has increased, and now it's going through both pipes, just like I planned. Yeah, so when it's a faster current, there's enough force from the water to go into both pipes. Just the way I planned it. Yeah, that's only from that one stream. Water hasn't come down this stream yet. It's a longer travel time. My temporary fix, at least it's getting the water into the pipes. That's good. What do you want? Huh? I ain't got nothing for you. No, nothing. Nothing. Get away. They all came to see what I was doing. 7:30 p.m. and I had to go back to the house, get my spare battery, my portable battery. I'm going back down to that culvert, see if there's any more water coming down. Yeah, the water that was coming down that stream was coming from here. It's the closest one, and it started to run down after the rain. But the two that were coming out of that other branch, it starts up there, that big branch over there. So it takes longer to run down from there to here. So I'm going to go down and see if it showed up. The stream from that field is still running with the new water. This one here doesn't look muddy yet, but it is increasing though. It's more water than before, but still not as much as this other stream was giving. New water coming out of there either. Yeah, not yet. I expect it to be here pretty soon though, because it's been like 10-15 minutes since this other water showed up. But what's going on, huh? Cattle are munching away. Yeah, sun's getting ready to set. Stream is flowing good though. Just what I predicted, what I had planned when I started this project. At least when the water's has more volume, it has more force to go over the brick that I set in there in front of those culverts in the bottom to block the water from going underneath. So it has enough force to go into the pipe. But there's still some water going in behind the brick, between the brick and the pipe. Yeah. But at least it's better than it was. Hey bud, there's Bud. He's on the prowl. Are you hunting something? Yeah, that bag of cement got wet, so it should harden up pretty soon. I don't know how long it takes for that to soak up water, but it will eventually. Yeah, there's a lot of water coming through there. But I still see some water coming out and underneath, between them. Yeah, there's still some water coming out of there too. And I'll solve that when I add concrete around the pipes on that end. But that'll be this summer sometime when this creek dries up more. If it dries up. But it might. Oh, looky there. Isn't that something? There, as the sun is going down over there, it's shooting a ray out between the clouds, and the sun ray is hitting the cloud above it right there. There's a sun ray coming out. Yeah. I'm gonna walk up the hill, see what it looks like. Yeah, a little better. A little crack in those clouds there, a little gap. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I may go back down to that creek to see if the water's flowing better from the other branch. Yeah, there wasn't very much rain. I didn't check the rain bucket, but there wasn't very much rain. It only lasted for, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. So, but it's enough to make the creek run, or stream, or whatever you want to call it. I come closer to the gate to get a better view without all them poles, power pole in the way. Okay, that's it for the sunset. It doesn't look dirty, but there's probably more filters in that other end of the field. But there is more water flowing through here now, up from there. Well, I don't see no increase on this side. Yeah, I don't see any increase here. This is about the same too. It's the same here. I think it's even less water. I guess the water's already running out. The runoff is running out. Okay, I'm done. That's a nice view. Cattle grazing on the hill after a short rain. I just barely see where the sun was setting. Behind that tree, little orange glow back there, where that gap is. Yeah. Right through there. I think the sun's already down now. But the sun is still shining on the clouds back here. Yeah. Yeah. Nice view here. Okay. We gotta go back in the house now. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. One last look. One last look before I go in the house for the night. Yeah. I think she's still got 4. It's hard to tell. I think she's still got 4. You still got 4 there, Mama? Little Mama. That's her tail. 1, 2. Well, she had 4. I can't count very good. I see 1, 2, 3. I see 3. What do you got there? Huh? What do you got there? I see at least 3. I see 3. I only see 3. What you do with the other one? If she's got 4, I can't see it. But I do see 3. Okay. Okay, she's coming out. Oh, I see 4. There's 4. I see 4. I see 4. Good for her. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta wait. I'll wait till their eyes start to open. That's when I start to play with them. When I was a kid, we'd do that. No sense playing with them until they're big enough to see until their eyes can see you. Yeah. Oh, this radar's from 7:55. Oh, probably almost a half hour since we had the rain. And that's the cell that came across me. Yeah, it was over here in the other video at 6:35, I think it was. Yeah, and then it went from here across me. I'm not sure exactly where it was, but it went across me. I think I got the edge of it. I think the main part of it went this, and that's where it's at now. Anyway, it wasn't very big, but I did get a little bit of rain. I didn't check the bucket. Oh, I checked the rain bucket. I could see some water in the bottom of the bucket, but when I put the yardstick in, it barely registered on the right yardstick. Maybe a 1/8 or less. Probably more like a 1/16. Yeah, it wasn't much rain. It didn't last very long. But it did make enough to run through the culvert down at the bottom. And look at that. Look at that nice cloud. Let's end it here. Again. Oh, did I say it was 8 p.m.? Yeah, it's 8 p.m. I don't think there's any wind. That cloud is hardly moving. That's a low cloud there. Yeah. That's a nice shot. Okay, that's it for today. Catch you on the next one.